The moment a contestant steps onto a talent show stage, the entire atmosphere shifts. There's anticipation, curiosity, and sometimes a bit of skepticism from the audience. That's exactly what happened in the viral clip titled "The Most Insane Voice This Season?" Ireland's Got Talent. A 19-year-old young woman, Alana Fox, walked in with quiet confidence and a shy smile. Nothing about her entrance suggested the kind of explosive reaction that would soon follow. She introduced herself politely, answered the judges' questions, and took a deep breath as the first notes of "Shallow" began to play. What came next was the kind of television moment that sticks with viewers long after the episode ends. Her voice entered softly, almost gently, but with an unmistakable richness. Within seconds, the judges were leaning forward, sensing something different. It wasn't just her tone, though that alone was striking. It was the controlled emotion, the confidence hidden inside her voice even though her body language showed nervousness. As she moved into the first chorus, her voice lifted with power, clarity, and a depth that surprised everyone watching. The audience grew silent, caught between awe and excitement. There's a certain type of silence that fills a theater when a singer is delivering something extraordinary, and her performance created exactly that. When she reached the high notes, everything changed. The judges' faces lit up, the audience gasped, and then the applause began even before she was finished. People in the crowd stood, cheering and clapping, unable to hold back their reaction. The camera zoomed in on the judges, each visibly stunned. One judge covered their mouth in disbelief, another smiled as if they had just discovered something rare and special. These reactions don't come often, and when they do, they signal something bigger than a good performance. They signal a moment that defines a season. The final note faded, and for a moment, there was compel. In the end, calling her voice insane isn't an exaggeration so much as an emotional reaction. It's the way people express that something feels extraordinary, almost unreal. Her voice carried power, storytelling, vulnerability, and confidence all at once. Whether or not she was objectively the best singer of the season, she created one of its most unforgettable moments. And for anyone who watches the clip, it becomes clear why so many people connected with it. It wasn't just a performance. It was the moment a young singer stepped into her own spotlight and stunned the world with a voice no one saw coming. The video known as "The Most Insane Voice This Season?" Ireland's Got Talent captures one of those rare moments when a performer steps in front of the judges and completely reshapes the energy of an entire room. Everything begins quietly. A young woman named Alana Fox walks onto the stage, clearly excited but carrying the kind of nerves that any 19-year-old would feel with cameras, lights, and hundreds of eyes staring back at her. She introduces herself politely, with a soft voice and a humble smile, and nothing about her presence suggests that viewers are about to witness one of the most stunning performances of the season. Yet that unpredictability is exactly what makes talent shows special. You never know which contestant might surprise you. As the instrumental for "Shallow" begins, Alana closes her eyes and takes a breath, grounding herself in the moment. Then the first notes leave her mouth, and everything changes instantly. Her voice, calm at first, is full of warmth and clarity, the type of tone that makes people subconsciously lean closer. It's controlled yet expressive, carrying a level of maturity that seems almost impossible for someone her age. The judges shift their posture, immediately sensing something unusual. The audience quiets down, recognizing that this is not an ordinary audition. When she moves into the more powerful parts of the song, her voice seems to expand effortlessly, filling the theater with emotion. It's the kind of voice that gives people goosebumps, not simply because it is strong, but because it feels honest. She doesn't push or force the notes. Instead, she lets the emotion lead her, and that authenticity resonates deeply with everyone watching. The judges begin showing visible reactions, eyes widening, eyebrows raising, subtle smiles forming. One judge whispers something to another, clearly impressed with the unfolding moment. The audience sits in appreciative silence, absorbing every second. Then comes the musical lift. In the days and weeks that followed, people continued sharing the video, discussing the audition, and predicting a bright future for her. For many, her performance became one of the defining moments of the season, the kind of audition viewers remember long after the show ends. What made it unforgettable wasn't just technical skill, although she clearly had plenty of that. It was the emotional truth behind every note. Her voice carried honesty, vulnerability, and the kind of passion that connects instantly with listeners. Whether or not she ultimately becomes the most celebrated contestant of the season, one thing is certain: her audition created a moment of pure, undeniable magic. It is the kind of performance that stays with people, not because it was perfect, but because it was real, powerful, and completely unexpected. The moment the video titled "The Most Insane Voice This Season?" Ireland's Got Talent begins, you can feel the familiar anticipation of a talent show audition. The judges sit ready, the lights brighten, and the audience murmurs with quiet excitement. Onto the stage walks 19-year-old Alana Fox, a young woman who seems both nervous and hopeful. She introduces herself politely, offering the judges a gentle smile. There is nothing dramatic about her entrance, no theatrics or bold statements, just a humble young singer hoping for her chance. But as soon as the music starts, the entire atmosphere begins to shift. She has chosen "Shallow" from A Star Is Born, a challenging song known for its emotional depth and demanding range. It's the kind of choice that sets expectations high, and somehow, she exceeds them almost immediately. Her first note is soft but steady, floating into the air with a clarity that makes the audience instantly quiet. Her voice carries a kind of warmth that is impossible to fake, a tone that suggests not only talent but sincerity. She isn't rushing the lyrics or trying to impress with unnecessary tricks, she is simply telling the story within the song. Judges lean forward, their expressions sharpening with interest. One of them raises their eyebrows, recognizing the rare quality of what they're hearing. The audience grows still, as if collectively holding its breath. As she moves toward the chorus, her voice expands with remarkable power. The shift is effortless, natural, and completely captivating. Her range opens wide, revealing strength and emotional control that far exceed what anyone expected when she first walked out. People in the crowd exchange glances of disbelief. The judges smile with a mix of surprise and admiration. And then comes the moment the song demands real courage, the rise into the high, belting notes that define the piece. Alana reaches them with such assurance that the reaction is almost immediate. The crowd gasps, "Applaus." In the long run, whether or not she wins the entire competition may matter less than the impact of this single audition. It is the kind of performance that viewers will search for again later, the kind of clip that gets recommended repeatedly because it resonates so deeply. Alana didn't just sing a difficult song well, she created a moment that felt pure and unforgettable. Her voice, described as insane by so many, captured not only the attention of the judges and audience in the theater but the hearts of countless people who watched from afar. Moments like this are rare, and that rarity is exactly what makes her performance so memorable.